Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Rookies. This is a weekly stream where people who haven't ever played Jump Rangers before keep playing Jump Rangers. So thank you for doing that, Liz and Buster. Um, Everybody's got exciting stuff happening in their lives, so we're going to take a minute to introduce Liz and Buster and let you guys tell everybody what's going on and where to find your stuff. Uh, Liz, why don't you start?
Oh, yes, please. A couple of weeks ago, Studio Metropolis, the studio I co-own with my artist, um, we launched a Kickstarter for our very first comic, Alice, and it funded in 6 hours. And we're finally entering our last 2 week push with actually an alternate cover by an artist named Davis Bickford, who I'm very fortunate to be friends with and who has been so supportive all along the way. So now we get to tomorrow uh, unveil this alternate cover, which, by the way, is flipping gorgeous, and I'm just really stoked.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell everybody what the comic's about?
Oh, Alice is a horror story, well, horror adventure about the future generation Alice who is stuck with the unrest that her grandmother created in Wonderland when she went down the rabbit hole. It's a story about things that aren't our fault but are still our responsibility. And Alice has to decide whether or not she wants to be queen, whether or not she can fix things, and how not to let her people down, her friends and her family, um, but the first thing she does is run away to the real world to try to escape the monsters, and
Hmm.
they followed her.
Sounds very topical. Buster, thank you for joining us. You want to let everybody know what's going on?
Uh, yeah. Hi, I'm Buster, and congratulations again to Liz. That's so awesome. So happy for you. Uh, right now, I am just doing my usual Twitch thing, twitch.tv/Buster Destroyer. Come see me there. I play a lot of Star Citizen, uh, and stuff. I started playing Fallout, like New Vegas.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll play that this week on stream. I'll probably play some tonight before I go to bed so I can get a better handle on it. Because I just keep going out and get killed by crabs. So, but yeah, I gotta get better at that game. But otherwise, yeah, I just recently applied, sent a resume, sent a cover letter, applied for a job at CIG. Um,
Good. Good.
to be the influencer relations specialist or manager, pardon me. So again, I applied for this job, no expectations. Hope I get it, but I'm sure there's some really great people that are also going to apply for it that I would be happy to lose the job out to. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But other than that,
I have a lot of confidence that you're going to wind up working at CIG at some point. It's a small world.
well, I've always had that debate, like, do I really want to work there? Because, like, do I just want to enjoy Star Citizen? Or do I want to actually, like, know the spoilers, so to speak?
You
You
know what
know?
though? Like, here's the thing about the Star Citizen community. Just briefly before we get into Jump Rangers, is that everybody's so
Yeah.
invested in this game that, like,
Yeah.
if you aren't
What's the
playing,
difference at this point?
that's
You know? Yeah.
that's what I'm
I
saying. You
sort
might
of
as
feel
well.
like they owe me some money because I have taken care of some problems. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that, hombre.
Yeah, this definitely crosses the line into doing what you love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you. That's kind of where that's exactly where I get worried about if I did one day, if they finally decided to let the gate down or let me through the gate. But who knows? Who knows? Again, no expectations, but
I think they're
I would love
transparent
to
enough.
serve the community of Star Citizen.
I hear that. I've applied for a couple of positions myself. I have a few applications live at the moment, and I think it's just one of those things where like the people make themselves available enough that you
Hmm.
know what you're getting into. There's a lot of
Yeah,
places where like you start working someplace and you see what it's like behind closed doors, and you're like, oh my fucking god. I don't think this is one of those cases because I think that
I doubt it.
because
Yeah,
they can't keep a secret to save their lives. Number one, and number two, like just the way that they put people out there, like people who don't have the most comfort. It's like the whole company is built with people who necessarily don't have a lot of social confidence to begin with, and they're always communicating. and
Yeah.
and so I feel like we already know, like, we know where things are tricky and we know where things are good and we know how to help,
Yeah.
and anybody who's not trying to do that isn't really getting the most out of the game, in my opinion, to begin with. So
100%. Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, I hope I get it, but yeah, I'm in a position where I am floating around like for trying to find a new job because of not so great things going on at my job that have nothing to do with me. That's all above my pay grade. I still have a job.
yep, yep. I have a lot of confidence in you, Buster. I have a lot of
Yeah.
confidence, and I am so excited to hear about the comic, Liz. I've been watching over Blue Sky. I've been watching your success, and I'm thrilled, and I can't wait to see the results.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's gonna be
I just
awesome.
need to I just need to figure out how to make it repeatable because this is a fun series and we want to complete all 9 volumes. We want to complete
Oh
the entire
wow.
series.
Okay.
Mm.
I can't wait to read that because like that sounds so sick and awesome
Yeah, the first one is just a setup, so I hope that it's got enough story.
to kind of
But yeah, but
grab people. Yeah.
we each have our favorite panels and every single one of us chose what I call the mental health panels. Like every
Yeah.
Ah.
single one of us, our favorite
I
image is
remember
the
you
one that
showing us some of that off stream one day.
yeah,
Those
like
those were awesome.
there's enough in there where people know that we're putting ourselves into this one, you know?
Yeah.
That's really
And
good.
side note, I just found out that I now have glasses. So that'll be nice. I have something to drink out of now in my new home
Oh
in
yes.
sunny
Okay.
Southern California.
Glasses.
I know. So it won't be all canned sparkling water from Costco, I
Right.
think. What's Costco, right? I don't even know. I didn't buy it. So but yeah, ready to go and
Let's do it.
Yeah,
So,
let's do this. Catch us up.
do you remember what was happening when we broke? It's been a few weeks.
I remember we were talking to the thingy
Yep.
person, robot entity,
and we had
and
found out about their special someone.
Yep. Spark.
yeah, and basically negotiated like, hey, we'll help you, but don't be, yeah, do I don't know, something like that. We were gonna like
It
kind of
was it
scratch.
was it was the I
We
believe
were
it was
intrigued.
the non-dick accords.
We were trying to like show we were like the whole. I remember the whole theme of like our motivation, or at least Bam Bam's motivation being like, no, like this war ends today. We're
Right.
gonna show you that we're cooler than you,
So Lux and Spark are the
but in a
characters'
nice way.
names. Well, and at the same time, it does seem like you have had a lot of trouble getting through to Lux in terms of the value of compassion and like and Lux doesn't seem to understand the concept of making concessions or of compromise.
Oh,
That's
you just saying that? Just I know what I'm gonna say to him next. Oh my god, sorry. I got something. I know
so
Well,
now.
we definitely got to use that relationship with Spark to
It's that's exactly what I was just thinking when Tennyson said that. I was like, okay, wait, we can use that relationship as a way to say, hey, but there's other kinds of relationships.
And in the meantime, the two of you have been holed up in the science bay, living in the undersea quarters. There's a drinking
Yeah,
pool with a fountain. There's some equipment around. There's the pens where the Rexors are kept. Behind the pens where the Rexors are kept, there's the larger living area where undersores are kept and kind of funneled into the pens using eyeballs. Um, Lux, you've been talking to Lux through a data pad that you hacked into the wall, and
yeah,
and to my understanding, you're waiting out the journey to Planet Lumina. The other thing that you know that you didn't know before, just in case anybody who's watching this isn't aware, in case you guys forgot, is that Planet Lumina is a planet where the Lume were actually chased off of their homeworld
right.
right by the
by the spore.
The,
Wookiees. That's it. Yeah.
So the entire planet is covered in neurotoxin mist, and there's going to be hives spewing out bugs to eat, basically Loom civilization, as well as bugs to defend planet from oncoming threats, like for example the Valhalla and the mothership that you're on now. and there's also going to be, and what you're looking for is basically the core data library, like that the Lume we're using, the best defended battery,
Right.
is where Lux is expecting to find um, Spark.
Okay.
So that's kind of the picture of what you're looking at right now. Is there anything that you want to do before you get to Planet Lumina?
Okay, I'll say there was at the end of last episode, there was something you kind of left us on this cliffhanger with Lux. Is it? Yeah, Lux. Like Lux said something, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like a like it was something about like you'll find out. I feel like because we were questioning, because I think we were questioning them about like the way they did the thing with the person, Big Mouth.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
something.
well, I remembered that Lux was planning on taking control of Big Mouth to get back out of the ship. Is that what we're talking about here? That might be it. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's been a
I don't
minute.
know. It felt like I can't remember. I could remember if I feel like in the moment I felt like it was a comment like it was a threat to take me over because I'm more
Uh,
competent than
I
Big
see.
Mouth.
You were trying to find some way of getting Lux off the ship and transporting and transporting his partner back.
Right.
That
Oh, right. That's what it that may have been like
It's the
the
jailbreak.
suggested solution for that character. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I got it. That's all I had. That's
okay.
all I had.
All right. So so Lux is happy to help you build another one of these containment devices um, to help transport Spark. The other thing that Lux is going to make sure that you know is that as soon as you enter the atmosphere, the ship is going to be under attack. And this is something you just would have covered over the course of the last week or so.
Hmm.
Lux intends to get off the ship, get Spark as fast as possible, and get back on the ship without any loss of time.
Or
Right.
right.
Um, so, so, so there's that. Oh, I remember what it was. I'm not going to tell you what it was. We are going to find out. We are going to find
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
out.
great.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I remember what that was.
That's
So
never led to anything dangerous. That's fine.
was well,
Don't worry about it.
it's not something you have any information about or any ability to troubleshoot right now anyway.
Yeah. Well, I know it out of character. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an out of character. It was an out of character question that you were asking, is what it was. So we will find out more. Is there anything else that anybody wants to get into before we start descending through the upper atmosphere of Planet Lumina?
No, I just want to meet Spark.
Yeah. Me too. I'm really excited, and
Okay.
I don't want to die.
Both admirable goals. So
Sounds like a really terrible place to die. So.
there is not a lot of upside to being on Planet Lumina if you are not a spore right
Loom.
now. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like the spore have total control over this planet. So it's going to be about a week and a half before you can feel the tremors through the superstructure of the entire mothership, and indeed the sort of superstructure around the mothership as well. You've been feeling the vibrations of the Valhalla's engines all this time, because the mothership's engines aren't working. It's the Valhalla that's moving you,
Right.
and there comes a point where all those vibrations change frequency, then everything starts to shimmy and shudder as the as the ship exits jump space, and kind of suddenly there's a whack,
Yeah.
as reality snaps into existence around you. You don't have any windows or anything from where you are, but it's just a couple of minutes before you can hear uh, whistling coming
Right.
from the open holes of the mothership. Where are you going to wait for this landing to happen? Are you going to stay in the undersea quarters, or are you going to get out?
Well, I mean, I would think at some point if we were talking throughout, like if we had a whole week, I would think we would have maybe figured out like a plan of attack
Okay.
for this with Lux. So that would inform where we are when we're in the zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Lux's plan of attack is going to be to repossess.
Right.
To repossess Big Mouth.
I feel like that's such a bad idea, but okay.
But okay. I think it's a bad idea, says Big.
Well, I guess like throughout, let's kind of pretend these conversations have been happening through the week with Big Mouth.
Yeah.
And like we've been logicking out like how would this person like. And so I guess eventually I would say like, at some point in that week, like, hey, what about like that? What was that suit we fought that we took intelligence out of that we still are carrying around, like that battery thing with the AI in it, right?
Right.
Couldn't we plug him into that?
You could, but
because the spores will attack it.
The spores will attack it, and it won't be able to help. Now, the other thing. That's fine. That's fine.
So the spores won't attack us because we're like not as noticeable. Is that like the philosophy?
So the spore bugs are built to sense anything that is foreign or artificial.
Right.
So the fact that you are bringing alien DNA to this planet
we're foreign. We would put off their sensors right away.
You will, however, like obviously not all things are created equal, and you are drowning in a sea of technology on this planet. So your scent is more likely to be masked at least until something does notice you. I mean, you will get eaten given the opportunity, but there's a lot of things to eat, and that's kind of the job of the spore. But if you walk out of
maybe
the less power source is the better. Is where you're inclined to sit on that.
Right. So less technology the better. So we'll kind of go there first, like and just say, okay, like let's go low tech.
I feel like Big Mouth is the obvious choice simply because they've got that tech experience. But if they're possessed, like doesn't Lux kind of have the expertise needed anyway?
Here's where Bam Bam would make a suggestion is like we need to like come in where there's clay and mud and rub ourselves in the natural scent of like mask our scent in the natural like minerals of the planet, whatever they be.
Okay. Well,
like it's like when when dogs are chasing you jump in the river.
I'm on the same page, and in fact, it's not.
Do they work like that?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So you've got a good idea there. I just finished writing the rough draft of the first Jump Rangers novel, and characters are faced with this exact problem. It is not the dirt that they rub themselves in.
It's the poop.
It's the poop.
But there's no poop here.
There's bugs eating a whole city. Like there's gonna be.
Oh. Okay, their poop. I didn't think about them having poop. Sorry.
So they leave these trails of slime.
Oh, but is it toxic? Is it gonna kill us?
It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill you. It's you can test it, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
And we'll have suits on. We could just put on the suits.
That's right.
It's not like it gets in our stuff.
Nope.
Okay, so we'll after some hard thought night, Bam Bam comes back and says poop. and then I would assume somebody like Big Mouth would look at me and be like, I already did.
What? Why are you saying
that?
Yeah, why are
you we've put ourselves in the bug poop. That's their own scent. Why would they attack themselves? Why would they attack poop? What do they want to do with their poop when they're done with it? Nothing. That's probably why they're attacking everybody's planet, so they have places to poop.
You want me to rub bug poop all over myself?
I'm in.
Yeah, yes. You could just roll in it. I don't care how you put it on. That's between you and the poop. So there's a plan. But okay, Big Mouth. But the thing is Lux is gonna have to possess you again for this to work.
You want me to get
Well, think
possessed?
about it. Think about it. If Lux goes down in one of those suits, that's a big red flag. They want to kill. That's
no
what they're looking
Jotuns.
for.
No Jotuns on the planet.
They're not looking for a teenage boy in poop.
I think
And honestly, I don't know that I trust you to do it without him.
That too. I would want you to be present in some way because that way we have like if okay, look, let's just say this. If Lux tries to double cross us, I'm gonna twist your ears so it hurts him. And I'm sorry.
You're not making the most compelling case to Big Mouth. I want you to go ahead and make a heart roll. How many dice and heart do you have, Buster?
I know heart's one of my biggest ones. Where is heart in the positions?
Yeah.
In the list.
It's the second one down.
Okay, so I have 4 heart.
Okay.
I don't remember that one.
I'm like, I have to know the order.
I feel like
So basic training. Oh, before we start making rolls, does anybody have any virtues that they want to work on for this game? Anything that they want to try and get and prove? Anything?
I know. I've been thinking about that. I don't want to name one I like and then not get it. So,
and don't forget, you can work with each other to improve your rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, before we roll anything, what would I want to do? I did cool. I'm cool now.
Yep.
Yeah, you are.
Super cool. And
I'm
then
curious. That's one that would actually work. I've got some that would work for this if you needed me.
Trying to think of a word.
But I don't know my. But
let's say
my heart is one of the ones that I don't remember.
I want to call one before I roll something. So let's say, what would be good? What would be something good that seems on track for Bam Bam? Probably something along the line. I mean, cool is kind of like keeping it cool, like being cool. I got that going for me. Maybe I got strategy, so I don't need more strategy.
What do you
maybe
think
some?
What do you think you can learn from this planet? How do you think this?
Whoa, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
In terms of who you are, not necessarily in terms of what you can do, because learning to do things takes a deliberate effort.
Right. I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but in turn, I think what Bam Bam is learning right now in general is like the willingness to negotiate.
Patience.
Patience, kind of. Yeah, we'll say patience.
Is there a better one? Do you want?
Yeah, maybe.
So not patience, but
like palm greasing.
Listening.
Yeah.
Like being a good listener.
Beechcraft.
We're talking skills now. It's something that It's something that Bam Bam is.
It's a virtue. Yeah, it's a virtue.
So it would be like open-minded. It would be
understanding, empathy.
She's trying to teach that to somebody else.
So patient then, probably.
Patience is probably the best, yeah.
Okay.
Patient.
All right.
She's willing to play the long game.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to because she's a kid and she wants to finish the long game before she's grown up.
Yeah. That sounds like my life.
So the mid game. So there you go.
You got any thoughts, Liz?
Thoughts
on?
Did you want to?
Do you want to?
No thoughts, just poop.
Oh my goodness. Anything you want for a virtue? Anything you want to chase down?
Oh no!
Gosh, I'm still thinking about it.
Is Discord ducking? Discord.
I think we're doing okay.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you.
There's been a couple of lag issues, but it catches up and it hasn't. It stutters a little bit, but it hasn't died on us.
Yeah.
What do you
But I
think
got
Bam
it.
Bam? What do you think Bam Bam's gonna learn from all this, Liz? What do you think this can teach? What about Bam Bam is? What is Bam Bam gonna learn about herself from all this? Is the question. Or Ripper, excuse me, Ripper. What's Ripper?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's Ripper gonna learn about herself from all this? Do you think?
I mean,
Like, what is
she's excited to do things, but she doesn't always step up to lead. Um,
Okay.
and I think this is one of those places where a little confidence, a little
Does
like
she
thinking on her feet?
does she have confidence?
you know, I don't know.
I feel like she exudes it in certain situations.
You want to go for
Like-
confident?
honestly, I have not bothered to put on a character. I am,
Do you want to
when
put?
she knows it, she knows
I mean,
it.
I mean, crashing
But-
that thing with those 2 scramblers was pretty confident.
It
Uh-huh. So maybe more of like an inner confidence.
Yeah, because she's just always surprised when her stuff works.
Yeah.
She's
So
surprised every time, like
so
absolutely
how would a kid
delighted
put
by
that?
it. But I mean, she, like I said, there's a little self-insertion here. She's just absolutely delighted and
Like
shocked at
chops,
anything.
like the chops.
Yeah,
I think that's
You
a good
know?
way to put it. Like having the chops to get it done. The chops.
she just a little trust in herself,
Yeah.
Okay, well then confident. Confident is what you're learning from this. You're learning to be confident.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
there's going to be 3
All right.
rolls. Let me know when
She's
you
gonna
think.
learn to be confident, even though her character sheet is somewhere in a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you keeping notes on this, Liz? Or do you have a note sheet in front of you? Okay.
Oh yes, I've just learned. I just should have gone with my phone from the start.
Okay. So go ahead and put confident down, and we're gonna get your 3 checked. Remember, you need to find 3 rolls where it would serve you to be confident, and if you make those 3 rolls, you are confident. And Buster, you are gonna pick 3 rolls where it would serve Bam Bam to be patient, and if you get those
Yeah.
3 rolls, you're
I
patient.
love our constant role reversal.
I know.
We started with completely opposite builds.
I know.
As far as this is why we're partners.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very
It's fun.
Turner and Hooch kind of no.
Yeah. Cagney and Lacey.
There we go. Neither of us is a slobbery dog.
Yeah. But it rolls off the tongue, so I get why it comes to mind.
All right. So,
And I'm trying to I would say in this role, since I'm trying to convince Big Mouth, right? Is that what this is for?
Yep.
Okay. I would
Yes.
say patience would serve me here, so I do think this is relevant place for it.
Are you going to be
'Cause I have to
Are you going to be leaning on Bam Bam's Ripper's peer pressure help to push Big Mouth
a little
around?
bit, yeah. Not
Okay.
too much, but yeah, enough. Yeah, certainly. Over like a week of conversations, which I'm kind of assuming,
We've been fighting about this for a hot minute.
we're figuring this all out before we get
Okay.
into all this. Yeah, like I wouldn't make it like a one day thing. It'd be like, look, let's come back to this. Let's talk about it.
Yep. So go ahead and take 1 die off of your roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to say convincing him over a week is going to be difficulty of. Let's just find out. Let's just find out. He doesn't have a lot of heart. It's a little bit sad. Okay. So you take one of those 4 dice away and tell me everything your character has to bring to this. They have
Okay.
basic training always.
Yeah, basic training. I know that she has sabotage, which is not what this is, so it doesn't apply. Stealth, that doesn't apply.
No. Looks like maybe we did have a Discord fart.
Oh no.
Okay.
But now I'm remembering the other. There's strategy that she has.
Strategy definitely would count here.
I agree. So that's 2.
Yeah, because she's trying to say this is a strategy, right? Like, and I'm gonna go through the same thing as you probably with the other one, because I'm okay with that. Like, she, by the way, is like, I will do that, just because.
Well, over the course of the last couple days, you've built a Lume battery because you don't have another.
But in case of backup, we know that it's Bam Bam, not me.
But
yeah,
just to be clear, I'm not sure about like hitchhikers yet.
The equipment only exists on this mothership to possess one person.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Okay,
So it
didn't know
is.
that, but
It is actually. It's nanotechnology. Is what it is.
oh, gotcha.
Not
Okay,
ghosts. I'm a little disappointed.
So
but and I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's one more on her sheet. Oh, it's driving. That yeah. So or piloting. Pardon me. Maybe not driving, but piloting. Yeah.
okay.
Don't you?
So that doesn't
Isn't
really fly. And then out of her virtues, she's got the cool.
Yep.
She's got
Doesn't she have focus?
yeah, focus. Thank you, focus. We're
I
gonna do
feel
this
like
to each other and be
focus
like,
is.
you have this one. I
I
remember. Yeah,
know. Yeah. If somebody can remember what my. I'm not allowed to make any heart rolls. That's all I know.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like I have focus,
That's
and
4.
of course, and then I can't remember any of my other virtues. I feel like focus, assertive was the other
Assertive.
one.
That's another one.
I don't want to be too
Okay.
assertive with him though. I don't want to feel like he's getting
You
barked
kind of have to. I'm
commands
pretty
at.
sure he's very leadable.
That's fair. I guess I would be assertive in like arguing my point to him.
Hmm.
Yes.
So that's 5. You have 3 dice. Ripper, what do you have to bring to this? Basic training is 6 always.
Basic training, smart, psychic.
I'll give that to you. 7 plus 1. Yep.
I mean, I know it's not telepathy, but
No, it is. It is. It can use it. It applies. That's how the system works.
that one's not. Farseeing, traversal, and untamed aren't going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, they work in my favor a lot, but this isn't one of those situations. And then curious, but I don't know. I don't know if my curiosity can help lead a conversation about somebody else's lack of curiosity.
Nope. I'm gonna say, Bam Bam, you have 3 dice.
My 3.
Your target is 7. You get 1
Okay.
automatic victory already.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna start rolling.
Okay.
All right, I got a 4.
Yep. That's 2.
Got a
victories.
4.
That's 3 victories.
And I got a 4.
4 victories.
4s across the board.
And you're partway there.
No, you made it. You made it. You gotta understand that Big Mouth's heart is only 2 dice, so his contested roll was a little bit sad. Yep. So you managed to slowly.
You know, tell him stuff like, "You can do this. You can do this. Like you're really smart. You know a lot about tech."
And you are 1/3 of the way to patient.
And maybe we can convince Lux to like teach you something that you like that could benefit
Oh
us
my
in the long
gosh.
run.
What
You
if
know?
Lux gives you something that gives you an edge over all the other techs?
Maybe, you know.
Like when you go out, you won't just go out, you'll go out the best.
Give me 1
Yeah.
second. I
For
gotta help the dog.
years, Rangers will.
Give me
Oh,
1
doggy
second.
stuff.
Yeah, I'll be 1 second.
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Big Mouth is stalling.
Yeah, Big Mouth knows that Big
Big
Mouth
Mouth knows
has
it's
been
over.
convinced. Yeah.
And
Well, you know, that's what happens when you're a Big Mouth. But yeah. Fun, exciting. Ooh, I like that chair. That's a cute color. Tennyson's chair is cute.
Oh, I didn't look.
I'm back.
Yeah, it's a cute
We
chair.
had like a
Like
good
chair?
30 seconds. I didn't even look.
Yeah, it's a cute chair.
Thank you. My
I
wife
love
got it
that
for me.
chair.
I like it.
That's is it new?
No, I've had it.
Okay, you just haven't stood up before for me to see it. Like, oh, it's so cute.
It's got the mesh back, so because I get hot.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah. Woo, I get hot too.
So
All right. I succeeded.
the other, before you approach the planet,
Mm-hmm.
Lux walks you through what's going to happen, which is
Right.
that as you start entering the atmosphere, you're probably going to be attacked by spore wasps. There's no way to keep them from getting inside the ship.
Okay.
But if you can fight off any spore wasps that might get inside the ship before they land, it'll be that much longer before the ship is torn apart and rendered inoperable. So,
Right.
Lux will encourage you to spend the
Help.
reentry procedure inside the superstructure of the mothership and not just safe inside the.
Of course, yeah. And then Maybe we can pre-game a little bit, like ways to like hurt them without having to lift much of a finger.
You used all your
Um,
Hurt
boomers,
them?
right? You used all your boomers.
oh yeah, the boomers got used like on the first session. We've been
Yeah.
without those. When we get boomers again, we're gonna be like, whoa, like remember these?
These are so good.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we didn't have boomers.
Yeah.
A
we had
day.
we had to make do without them.
Well, maybe there's something aboard that's an equivalent to that that we could deploy that we would have had all this time to also game out ahead of time.
Well, the first thing that the first thing that um, Big Mouth would think of is that there's plenty of Yotu if you can find a way to get them working. If you can find a way to get them working with a human pilot.
We can do the trick we did with the ATVs and send them in one direction for the sport to chase when we go in the other direction covered in poop.
Well, we won't be landed yet. We'll be in atmosphere. So we want to keep them out of the ship as much as possible. Because they'll just then it'll just be fodder. Like it won't actually be effective.
Mm.
Um
Well, I don't want to necessarily distract from the actual like part of the story that's super scary, and this is all technical stuff. But I think at this point, Big Mouth would step in and say, "Well, maybe we can use the guidance systems of the eyeball robots, put them in Yotun, and just drop the Yotun as we approach,
oh to come at I
and
like
then
that thinking.
maybe they'll break when they hit the ground, or maybe not. But if they're moving and if they're generating a lot of power, then it could serve to pull any spore wasps away.
Attention away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us a little time.
Yeah, Bam Bam's in agreement that that's a pretty good plan, and anything else we could possibly drop that could generate power would also be helpful.
So,
Shaking some weight loose from some of these ships
Well,
is probably not.
if we're on the Valhalla, is there anything on the mothership that is still working?
um, not the shields, but that's not going to help you anyway. Shields are exclusive. They reflect energy. Loom shields reflect energy attacks, but they don't do anything against physical attacks.
Mm.
So
But
it's
if we needed to, maybe we could turn them. If there was an emergency, we could drop the mothership itself. If we could get anything
oh, there's no
working.
space inside the Valhalla for you to hide.
Okay.
The Valhalla
Oh,
is like a node where
It's just
it's just full of
it's
tech.
just the claw.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just
it's just a claw. Yeah.
with engines on it. There's no space inside it.
That's a bummer.
So we
But
need the mothership.
yep. All right. So
I think we're in a good place. I think it's a good plan.
so for the next week,
Dropping Jotuns.
you're gonna see Big Mouth working as hard as they can. You guys are gonna be pulling eyeballs, deactivated eyeballs, out of various like basically almost what cartridges like in the walls, pulling the walls apart and
Oh,
pulling
this is fun.
these like kind of like the target droids in Star Wars is a little bit what they look like. Um, and getting them to Big Mouth, and Big Mouth is just wiring chips together using as much help as they can get from Lux and learning a ton about um, Loom technology. So actually, I'm just going to go ahead and give Big Mouth Loom technology because this week is
Yeah,
going to be
I think Big Mouth deserves that for sure. Putting in the work.
yep.
For real.
Make sure they don't have it already. No, they do have it already. So Loom programming is what we'll call it. Okay. So when this happens, the two of you are wired back into your harnesses, hanging from and suspended. You probably wired yourself in more than one direction so that as the ship jostles around, you don't just end up swinging around pylons and circles, but you're wired into the spider web of the interior of the Lume mothership as suddenly things start to get very hot. And as the distant flames that are sort of pouring in to the core of the mothership from the reentry process die down, you can see just milky white gas blow through this
Ew.
mothership. Almost, almost just. I mean, it's mist. It's mist. It's thick. It's impenetrable, and it's just blowing through the ship as the ship rockets, towards the surface. And as these Yotun are released one after the other, you can feel in some cases distant tremors. There's launch bays all the way around the sort of periphery of the ship, and you think you can hear distant screeches. So we're going to go ahead and see just how good Big Mouth is at drawing these.
Can we assist Big Mouth?
Well, this is a pretty good plan. Let's go ahead and pull up. Give me 1 sec. I've got the characters right here because this is really what it comes down to. The Yotun are gonna have a pretty good chance of surviving the drop. What this really comes down to is spore wasps. Spore wasps are incredibly imperceptive. They're not really good at anything but fighting. So, up until this point, it sure seems like things are going smoothly. The mist
Mhm.
the mist inside the ship gets soupier and soupier and soupier, and you can't see much of anything of your
Mhm.
surroundings as eventually, and this is definitely going to attract attention, the retro rockets of the Valhalla fire. And after about 2 minutes of just sustained rumbling thrust, just shaking the entire mothership, the whole thing just kind of goes clunk, and then engines start to fizzle down, and moments later you can see a, a glow working its way through the misty interior of the mothership until eventually it finds its way to Big Mouth and just sort of starts probing its suit until eventually it finds a molecular hole and works its way. And Big Mouth starts to convulse, and you can see electrical discharges going on inside his suit for just a moment.
Kind of pat his
Until
back. It's all right, Lux. Welcome back. Be nice.
Lux reaches over to Big Mouth's octanator and switches it off.
What are you doing?
The suit has battery power. Yes?
You need to leave his oxygen on,
No,
or you will die.
octanator.
Oh,
Octanator.
okay.
So the
I
octanator
was
is
like, what are you doing?
I heard oxygenator too, so I was like,
octanator.
well, we didn't plan for that.
Octonium is the magic power source. It's the dilithium of the Jump Rangers universe, and each of you has a little generator with one of these little crystals inside it. And every day you have to power your equipment. So as long as you recharge once every 24 hours off of your octanator, which you do when you're sleeping, you don't need to worry about whether or not you're going to have
Oh,
power
okay.
to your life support, power to your food pack, power to any of the things that you need to use. So
Yeah, so we turn ours off too. I mean, at
Yep.
least I do. Yeah.
Yep. I don't want those guys
Sorry.
getting me. Those are scary.
That's okay.
When you said it, I was like, don't turn off his oxygen.
Nope.
He needs a breath.
Octonium is
It's dilithium. Yeah.
now I think
It's,
there's going to be some changes to how Jump Rangers think about this, and there's one of the cool things that I wrote, which I haven't play tested yet, and maybe we'll do it in this game, is a like Octonium is something we learned how to use by studying the Saurian horde,
okay.
right? And the Lume as well. The Lume run on Octonium. Nobody in the colonies, in the Earth colonies, has really stopped to like reckon with the question of whether or not the Saurian horde and the Lume, and using this power source, are acting in the best interests of universal balance. Whether there might be some kind of like consequence.
Mm.
And I'm sort of planning on, like, I've got a game written that is very much like the Star Trek.
About that.
It's the Star Trek
Yeah.
6. It's like it's and the Saurians don't just use Octonium for power; they use it for weapons as well.
Oh,
So
Mm.
it's very interesting stuff.
it's I think that at some point the Jump Rangers are going to have to take a second look at whether or not Octonators are even something they want to be handing out,
Gotcha.
or whether there's a better way. But right now, because I think it's good. I think it's good for kids to learn to question these things. I think if kids start to feel safe, like, well, my Octonator will take care of it, and then they eventually get to a point where it's like, what if it doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah.
I think it's not a bad thing for toys and kids and stories to sort of
Make them think about things like that.
make them think
Yeah.
about things like that. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what Octonium is. Um, I think Star Trek did that too. Wasn't there like a whole?
Yep. It was about the warp. Yep.
Yep.
About, oh yeah, we've been going warp all the time. Warp, 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 warp. Oh wait, it leaves like pollution. It was basically like Star Trek's answer to, hey, here's an episode about pollution and
Environmental
the way we
consequence.
environmental consequences. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was what I was trying to say. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when you started saying it. I'm like, oh, that's a Star Trek episode. There's always a Star Trek episode for everything you could think about these days.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So, unbuckling from the web-like superstructure. Let's see how good Lux's control. Oh yeah, no, we're in good shape here. Lux starts to climb down towards the opening that you originally entered the ship from.
Okay. Yeah, we go follow, I suppose.
Um,
Going down the same way.
Before we take another step, let me ask, because it took a little while to kind of get back into the swing of this. How are you both for time? Are you feeling like another half an hour or another hour is about right?
Oh yeah, I definitely have another half an hour. You know, after that, I probably should ask my children how their first day at their new school was.
Right. Okay. So I don't know that we have a whole half an hour of material before we start pushing past that half an hour, but we're gonna see what happens. I just wanted to, you know what I mean,
Okay.
feel out the situation. So you start making your way out of the mothership. Takes you a few hours because this thing is vast to climb
Yeah.
down, 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 down until eventually you find your way back to the hole you climbed in through. It turns out that in order to maintain as low a power profile as possible, Lux has just dropped the mothership onto the surface of wherever you are and just shut it down.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Figured.
so it's kind of rocked because motherships usually hover. So this whole thing is just kind of like rocked over on its side. And you climb out into
Poop.
no poop yet. You got the right mindset here. You've got the right idea, but um, this whole place is shattered. It's largely been eaten through, but there is nothing other than rubble. There's no
Mm.
surface of the planet here. And the construction that went into Lumina is much more homogeneous and much more sophisticated than you would see, like, for example, in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a collapsed Coruscant city. This is like a collapsed city of the future.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
there's simpler building materials, there's less moving parts, and at the same time, spread throughout that, there are also broken, shattered pieces of what must have been huge machines. Huge machines that did all kinds of things for all kinds of reasons, right? It's almost like if the Matrix were made out of like chrome and blue and
Yeah.
white, like almost what you would get from that. It's like, you know, if a million Apple stores were just dropped from the sky.
Very clean. Very aesthetic.
Not anymore. Not anymore because
Yeah, not anymore.
and the other thing is there is a layer of white powder over everything in sight. Now, in the distance, you can actually see almost organic looking structures like paper mache almost
Mhm.
like a wasp hive
Right. I was just
growing
about to say a hive.
growing out of these ruins and building into places, and you can hear buzzing. And the good news is it's not going to take you long to find poop in this environment. Now you're in a little bit of a canyon, so there's rising structures on either side, which are more angular and more geometric than Roman or anything like that. This isn't Asgard, right? It's like an Apple store, but it's also got a lot of detail to it. Did you ever see? Now that I'm thinking it through, did you ever see um, the remake of Total Recall,
No.
where everything is almost a little bit cubist?
Hmm.
It's got that same sense of geometry. It doesn't necessarily not cubism per se, but it's got that same balance of geometry and detail, right? It's
Right.
very it's it for Buster. It's very Crusader as much as
Yeah.
anything.
That's exactly what I was thinking throughout some of this, and yep, you said it. Okay, cool. So, yeah,
So you're in kind of a rut in the middle. Obviously, a place that was chosen because it might just help to hide the mothership. Um,
yeah.
and and sure enough, as you look up, you can see basically big mammoth potato bugs crawling up along the cliff face and just kind of munching their way through everything. Um, and there's a couple on the ground. In the general, let's say within about I don't want to say 1,000 yards. It's not quite that close, but you can hear chewing. If you look up, you can see a potato bug up on the cliff face. You can't quite reach it from where you are, but it's reasonable to think that you're going to be able to find some poop. So the first thing that you have to do is roll to find the poop that
Roll
you're
for
looking.
poop.
Roll for poop.
Roll for poop.
So who is looking for the poop? Who's in charge of finding the poop here?
Hmm. I probably could be.
All right. What do you have for mind?
Uh, what order is it in? It's body.
Body, heart, mind, spirit.
Then heart and mind. I should have 4 in.
Okay. So what do you have to help you find this? Track this down. You have basic training.
Yeah, basic training.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, sabotage. No.
You're going to
Piloting.
sabotage
No.
their senses. I'm going to give
That's
sabotage to you.
fair. Okay. Thanks. Strategy.
Yep, that's 3.
Focus.
Focus, that's 4.
Uh, focus. Assertive. Cool. Poop's not really cool. Um, so I'm
Assertive.
just trying to think. Yeah,
That's okay.
assertive.
You have 4. You have a target of 4. You have
I was
4 dice.
assertive about the poop. I was.
You're going to need 2 victories to
Sure.
find. This is not going to be a hard thing to find, but I want to make sure that because
Okay.
it's very soupy here, and you don't want to get caught or like walk into a bug while you're looking for
Right.
it.
Yeah. Which I think is where the strategy kind of
Yep.
also comes in, because like it's like, oh, you gotta be paying attention to what's going on.
So roll 4 dice and give me 2 victories. Don't.
Can I add like this one for patience, because like it is gonna take
Yes.
us a second to
Yes.
actually like I can't just go running off in a direction,
Yep.
which is my instinct, but it's like, oh, well, this is like a really crazy place, and I don't want to stir something up. Like, I don't want to
Yep.
spook an animal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, do I get to roll all 4 dice, or did I have any missing?
No, you roll off all dice because you're not necessarily getting. I think Ripper's just following you to the poop in this case.
Okay.
Unless you
What's my target?
4. Your target's
4.
4.
Okay.
We need 2 victories.
Okay. 6.
Nope.
1.
Okay. That's 1. Don't forget to re-roll
2.
it. Okay, that's 2 victories.
And then 2 again.
3 victories, and
'Cause I re-
don't forget to re-roll your 1.
Oh, I still have a roll going? I wasn't counting very good. 4.
Great. Okay. So, Ripper, Bam Bam leads you and Loudmouth to towards
Oop.
the sound of a munching bug, and in the not too distant future, you find a potato bug, basically the size of a VW bus, chewing its way into a wall of gleaming transparent metal. And behind the bug, everywhere it goes, there's this slimy trail, which, sure enough, um, uh, Loudmouth rolls around and covers himself in the slime.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
All right.
Like
You
Here
need
we go.
help, Ripper. You're kind of short. Here, drag her.
all right,
Just gotta
Rubber in it.
just check me for bare spots. I'm good.
all right.
Slap. Make sure to slap some. Like when you're like doing sunscreen. Like, oh, you missed a spot.
Yep.
Oh, you
Yep.
missed a spot. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Very good. You cover. You make sure to opening Loudmouth's pack, actually, um, like the backpack and some of the pockets. You see uh, Lux slopping some of the slop just in there to make sure.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Then we
Like,
do that. Like I
I'm
do
gonna
that
be
too.
so mad later.
Yep.
I'm gonna be so pissed later, but it's fine.
So you get all
For survival, it's okay.
the mislings have a word for this. It's Katha. Katha. So you get all Kathed up. Mislings are space mice.
Oh yeah.
We will get into space mice at some point, I am sure.
Mm.
And once you're all Kathed up, you get a look from Loudmouth who says, "Follow me, quietly."
And we do.
Slowly and surely, you move your way through the eerie waste of this planet. You can hear screeches in the distance. You can hear all kinds of things happening.
Are the screeches from the wasps or from
The wasps and
Lume?
other bugs.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
I just wondered if the loom screeched. That was really why I asked that.
No, and you can hear the beating of heavy wings overhead too.
Yeah.
But you are certainly not calling attention to yourselves.
Yeah, moving slow where we have to, all that.
Yep. So let's have everybody roll body, just to make sure that, and your target is defined, of course, by what you've got to bring to the roll. But we're just gonna have everybody make a check to make sure that nobody is actually making a spectacle of themselves here. Okay, that's fine. So you have how many body? You have 5 body, Buster. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Ripper, what do you have?
3.
3. All right.
Yeah, but you have stealth, so.
Yep.
You have so.
All right.
Um.
And traversal. So
yes, very good. Yep. So let's start with Bam Bam. I'm just looking for no botches here. I'm just looking for a baseline level of not making yourself noticeable.
Yeah.
So,
focused.
Strategy.
Basic training.
3. Yep.
Assertive maybe, but you don't want to be super stomping your feet around or nothing like that.
I don't think this is assertive.
I do want to play patience to this because I think it's relevant, and this would be my 3rd time. So
you have improvising, is that right?
I think that's what my cool kind of is.
Oh,
the
okay.
cool, the whole thought. Oh yeah, cool. Because the whole thought behind cool is you're kind of attuning.
Yep.
To the right thing, like thinking on your feet too. Yeah. So, yeah, cool. I keep forgetting about cool. Yeah, cool.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's really it. I mean, the others are not really super relevant.
Roll your body. Roll 5 dice.
Okay.
You're looking for 4 and under. Don't forget to re-roll your 1.
3.
Good.
1.
Very good.
3.
Good.
7.
7. No problem. That's 3 so
7.
far. Okay, and then re-roll your 1.
3.
Okay, great. Perfect. Ripper.
I have patience now.
No, you need one more.
Oh, I thought
That was two.
I thought I did 3 rolls with it today.
That's two. I think you did.
This is the second one,
Yep.
Oh, dang. I thought I did 3.
but they both have been successful.
Yep. You have one more until you get patience. And is this a confidence booster, Ripper? Or is this
Definitely. Like this
Okay.
is definitely
okay?
gonna have to go for that.
Okay. 3 dice.
Hell
Stealth,
yeah.
Mhm.
basic training,
Traversal,
traversal. Yep.
untamed. There's nothing less tamed than rolling around in poop to
Okay.
get the job done.
Okay. That's 4. I'll give that.
That's a very kid move.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out how to make. Let's see. Smart, untamed, stealth,
Smart. I'll give you
basic.
5.
I don't know the curious.
No.
Mm,
You do
No,
not
you
want
don't want to be curious in this situation. You need to just go straight ahead of where
Okay.
Lux is telling you to.
just eyes to the back in front of me.
In fact, Bam Bam will be like, focus.
What's
Yeah.
All right.
That
Ripper.
flower is not for you.
Yeah. So you have a target of 5. You have 3 dice.
Okay.
Roll it.
3,
Good.
2,
Good.
5.
Okay. That works. So the two of you follow
Yay.
carefully. You find a set of actually stairs inside, like inside an access tunnel. You walk into one of the buildings and pulls aside a door to reveal a set of stairs. You climb up the stairs. You make your way to sort of the top of this bluff, this structural bluff, and out onto the surface. And from here, you can see that there are 3 hives in the distance, sort of looming
Oh.
around you, pumping white milky gas into the atmosphere, and you can see the shadows of spore wasps and various other bugs pounding their way through the air to and from the hives. You can see up the sides of the hives, you can see the lumbering shapes of the spore bugs bringing the food that they've ingested down into the spawning chamber to kind of burp it up for the queens who live here. And as you reach
I lost y'all.
testing 1 2.
There you are.
Yep.
Back.
And as you reach the summit, as you come out of the building up onto the sort of top of this structural cliffside, you hear something. Static.
Mm.
Mayday, Mayday.
Oh shit, there's peoples. Oh shit, there's peoples.
Oh no.
You can't leave without the other peoples.
We can't.
But where are the
Ah.
peoples? How many peoples? There is somebody out there.
There is somebody out there.
No man
Cool.
left behind.
Well, we're probably getting static because we're not in range, or we're just out of range of them.
Do you want to try and manipulate your comm and clean up the
Is
signal?
It's scary though when there's 3 giant hives in front of us.
It's true. It's true. Now this receiving the signal isn't going to create extra static for you.
Oh, okay.
It's broadcasting the signal. That's going
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna yeah, sure. Try
we gotta
to
go
clean
fast then, because
it up.
are they dumb? Why are they calling? Do they not know?
Do they
All right.
not know?
So
They're
go
They're
ahead.
probably grown-ups.
Let's see.
I want to hear better.
You want to hear better? Says Big Mouth or Lux?
Yes, Big Mouth. Do it, Big Mouth.
Yeah.
Big Lux. That's
Big
her name
Lux.
now.
We're gonna call him Big Lux.
Big
1,
Lux.
2. Wow. Okay. That's
Sounds
not
like a wrestling name.
that's not going to be a problem for Lux. Mayday,
Oh.
mayday, mayday. My name is Gertrude Weiss of Lost Base. This is a recorded signal. More than 100 years ago, my ancestors built a colony aboard a Lume mothership called the Behemoth for reasons we still do not know. That mothership returned to their homeworld, Planet Lumina, and was attacked by the spore bugs that drove them from this world. Since that day, our people have survived by sealing ourselves inside Lume's structures and outlasting the spore invasion. If you hear this message, Our signal has been rerouted through Lume broadcasting towers to keep the spore from finding us. Do not try to trace our signal. Find a safe place to broadcast and return signal on this frequency. Be prepared to run because the spore will come to find the source of your signal. If you need our help, we will come and find you. We know how to evade the spore and we will take you to safety. If you can help us escape this world, if any jump rangers are hearing this message, then please, please help us. None of us on this planet have ever seen other people, and we would like to go home. We would like to rejoin the colonies.
Well, we got a job. We got a job. Lux, you're gonna help us with it because we're helping you.
We're gonna
Lux
get
turns
everybody,
around.
Lux.
Lux turns around and says, "That was not our arrangement."
Well, our arrangement was that we would help you with something and you'd help us. This is something.
Lux, we can't leave anybody behind.
Yes,
It's
And
just the way it is.
besides,
If you want Spark
and they may
and to get off,
and it sounds like they may know things that could help us in getting Spark back in an effective way. Or back us up if we come into trouble later on.
and then more people would owe you.
Think about it till the next episode, Lux.
Yep.
Yeah, she breaks the fourth wall. Bam Bam's like, yep. just a little bit.
All right. All right. Well, that's certainly where we'll end it for this session. Anybody have any comments, questions, any thoughts?
That was fun.
Wasn't bad
That was a
for
good one.
ketchup. Wasn't bad for ketchup.
Yeah,
No, it was
not
a
bad
good-
at all.
We got some stuff done. You've got
not too much, not too little, just enough.
you got some time to think about the future. Think about what's going to happen next.
So does
And we
Lux.
both are on the road to a new virtue.
Yes. Because we're cutting it short, we'll make sure that you both have a chance to
Yeah, if we had like 3-hour sessions, then I'd be like, okay, that rule's feasible.
Yeah, exactly. Not today.
But when we're doing like hour and a half,
no, we need a little extra time for that. And who knows? Maybe one of the things that I've been thinking about is that I really need to start playing in local gaming shops, but I haven't really made the time. As you know, life is crazy. So,
yeah.
Buster, if you wind up working at the Los Angeles office,
Heck yeah.
there's no reason.
We'll hang out.
Yes, and I think it would be really cool to.
We'll hang.
I think that would be fun. There's some cool gaming stores around.
That would be fun.
There's a lot of neat. Los Angeles has a lot. I will tell you now, this is a city that like shows its cards very hesitantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think you're just gonna like show up in Los Angeles and be like, "Hey, where's the good stuff?" You're gonna be miserable here. But as you start finding your people, as you start building your community, like, you can find things in this city that you can't find anywhere on the planet. Like, there's weird shit in this town. That was my swear. that you just would never. And I have had so many weird experiences in Los Angeles that could not have been duplicated any other place. And I think you'll enjoy that part of it a lot.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Any questions before we part ways? Anything? Okay. All right. Please, anybody who's watching, please check out the Kickstarter for Alice. You can find all the details on studiometropolisinc.com. Is that right, Liz?
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
And of course, if you go to Kickstarter, we're under just Studio Metropolis. And what we'd really love is if people would ask their comic book stores to make some wholesale orders, which is also available on the Kickstarter.
Great.
If we could get that book in stores, that would be the coolest thing that has ever happened to anybody on the team.
That sounds feasible. That sounds doable. You can find Buster at twitch.tv/Buster the Destroyer.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
I know I followed today.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
thanks.
I thought I already had.
Oh.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing. Don't be a stranger, Ranger.